A D4. I rolled a 2. That's not fair.
All right, Andrew, wrap it up. What happened last week?
Well,
Tell us about how your Thursday was last week, you know?
I did miss the Andrewsant RPG review. That was a highlight of my week, was all the cool RPG knickknacks you got. But he was not here last week, so actually let me move this character down here. And instead Radamant. Eddie, what happened last week?
Oh gosh. So we're paid killers now, basically. We
Killed like one guy, all right?
We killed one guy in cold blood. I mean, we basically met with the I won't say the marshal. He's basically the military dictator of this planet now, I think. And he's having us round up undesirables on his planet. And we found a kid, well, a young man, who we think had psychic powers. And we got him. We shot him in cold blood. Rather than shot him in cold blood, I should say. And we got paid for that. And then we went back to the marshal, and we have another target now, a lady in power armor who was at the mines, the Wegoy mines.
Yeah.
I think that's it. And I got released out of jail.
Yeah, you got released out of jail on a work release program.
That 5 minutes in jail changed me.
we also did a prisoner exchange that may or may not have
We
involved
did, yeah, I did.
some, handing over people to be sacrificed. We don't really know.
We don't know.
We were paid to be ignorant of what their outcome, their fate was.
It sounds like Dawn Seekers and the Valley Rangers may have gotten into actual
a firefight,
an actual combat with one another of some kind. But we just got paid. My notes say 170,000 credits to not be interested any further from that.
Yeah. So, just a quick anecdote, if I may. I got a comment on Session 3 of the Spinward Marches campaign, where a certain group of people, including 2 present, were thrown in jail for the first time. And and it's a friend of mine from Belgium who he saw it and he was like, "This is interesting. That is interesting." And he's like, "I was really glad, even though this is a role playing game, to just see people do the right thing, and they weren't just because those were aliens, they didn't mistreat them." And I was like, so later, just so they're under a lot of pressure. In the end, it turns out okay, though. Just in case you keep watching, it winds its way back. So, but anyways.
I don't understand what part of that incident was us doing the right thing. I remember us expressing concern over the fact that we were about to be collaborators in systemic racism against
aliens.
We still did it.
That's it. I think he watched up to that. I think that's exactly what happened. and then everything, all our hopes for a moral society fairly well fell apart there throughout the course of that. But you did save the galaxy, so I mean, and
I just remember.
You insure.
Go ahead. Sorry. You go ahead, Ross. I'm sorry.
You did ensure the future of Vargar civilization on Walston. So there's that.
I was just gonna say, I just remember all of us breaking character to mention this is not how we would handle this in real life. We had to make sure we all made that distinction. In no way does this express our views. Which I think that's the only time during the game that we've done that.
Yeah.
I have pathins I need to clarify now at this juncture. So, what are the things I would not have done so far? Probably anything involving shooting anyone ever. I have to imagine.
Right? Yeah. Same.
In this campaign, it has rarely been in self-defense.
The wild thing about the at least expression of this game we've done is you can see how people get pushed into places they wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to do things away, and you learn to just get by, and it sucks, and you know, and you hope that in the end you can try to, and it has been very much a Western in that way too, which has been really cool. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys, that especially with Eddie mentioning the questionable things that have gone on so far. It remains to be seen a decade later. It is year 176 of 1124. Oh, go ahead.
Andrew, that's a thing you missed. There's been a substantial retcon.
Sorry about that.
We are now 10 years older than we may have been thinking we were.
Oh.
There's no other effect except that, you know, it just works better because I can keep time better, and also it actually makes more sense that you would be this far away from the Imperium. So
just like that time skip between when we saved the galaxy versus the Desert Moon of Karth campaign, it's a lot longer. I have a lot less human body parts intact.
So I agree with all of that. Now, here you are. Binfall system, Tabernas. I arrange my Foundry folders by location as if on a map. So I have to remember where things are. At the Seahorse Mine. Now here you are. Let me recap a couple of things. But before I do, let me start with the moment that we stopped talking, and then kind of go back a little bit from there. I'll explain why in a minute. You see flashing in the night. You made it to the Seahorse Mine where you were tracking down the fugitive Bleeze, who is supposedly a terrorist. The company Traxicola has a interest in her, and they wanted her taken alive. Unfortunately, she's encased in tech level 10 power armor. And you find her here at the mine. She confronts you, and you think she could probably vaporize all of you with very little effort with her armor on and the weapon systems that she has on it. And that you could probably do very little in return with your assault rifles and shotguns and submachine guns. And you talk to her, and then all of a sudden in the distance you see the flash of a firefight. You hear fire in the distance. She says, "That's strange. The weapons. Some of the weapons, that's odd. Just doesn't sound like the weapons that those weird people use out on that ranch." And then, now, you are talking for a bit. Eventually, the sounds of fighting, silence. To go back a little bit, you came here, talked to her. Well, initially, you tried to trick her, right? That didn't work. I can't remember what happened, but there was some reason that, like, it was very obvious to her who you were. I think part of it was...
Actually gendered her despite her being in power armor.
Yeah. You saw her and you called her, you know, and she was like, "You were sent after me." It was that and like a couple other things. One of the things is that it's obvious that you're travelers. Like, it's obvious that you're not from here. And there was one other thing too. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, she saw through your ruse, and then you're like, all right, let me give it to you straight. We were sent to kill you, but, you know, we're probably not going to do that. And she's like, well, I'm not going to get out of this thing or sleep outside of my own pee until you're far out of my sight. And you're not going to be able to crack me out of this. So you all have been sitting around a campfire. And so here you are now, and you're trying to get some sleep for the night. And when you wake her up, because at one point Radamant wakes her up, because you said you were going to cook some food.
Yeah.
And you hear that fighting. And she makes the remark about how it sounds strange. And then after a few minutes of it, the sounds die away. You only hear the wind and the blue mists of sand and the blue tint of the eclipse of Tabernas on the far end of the moon. What do you do? And actually, so I think the crew captain, did I have that right today? It would be Books. Books, does all that make sense? Do you want to toss it over to Radamant and take it next time, since Radamant was here last time? Do you want to do that?
That'd be fine.
Makes sense. I need to start doing the captain payouts too. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, Radamant, are you okay with that, Eddie?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Then Radamant, what do you guys do?
So this fighting is coming from the direction of
that way, which is east.
Think we ought to check it out?
I mean, how far east are we talking here?
Right. We have camel beetles.
It's like, according to my map, east of here would be first the mountains, and then way further, thing that my map has labeled only as weird thing.
You think we should take a trek? See what we can get into? You want to come with us, Power Armor? We're not going to kill you.
If it's beyond those mountains, then I feel like it's probably going to be like a day's trip away.
I don't think you're going to kill me if you want to try or not, and I'm not going anywhere near the fighting. I'm going to wait until you guys are far away, and then I'm going to find another place to hide until everything blows over here.
Let me just tell you something. We have access to a starship. We could get you off this planet.
Is that so?
That's so.
Get me off this planet, and definitely not crack open this thing like a can opener and take this power armor away.
No.
And then turn me in for the bounty.
No. We don't. We really don't need the money.
I don't think we even have a good idea how we would do that anyway, so we're just trying to be realistic here.
Yeah. We're trying to offer
I don't see
you
us
something.
getting that bounty payout, so I don't know, like, if nothing else, maybe you have something you could offer us, since it seems like you probably don't want to stay on this planet forever, right?
All right.
And this wouldn't be charity, just to be clear. You know, this wouldn't be charity. You know, like that armor would be a nice prize to get off this planet.
He's not giving us the armor. The armor's probably the only.
Let's get into the bargaining here. Let her be the one to say that.
I mean, just saying. If I'd have set up power armor, there would be no way in hell I would let anyone take it.
You know what? This happens in character. She reaches up to scratch her nose and twink, and she just, like, you hear like a mechanical. She's been stuck in this thing for a while. You know, the pee bag is full.
I gotta tell you, it sounds like it's more trouble than it's worth. You're never gonna be happier than the day you part with that hassle.
Look,
I mean, we could pay you for it, probably.
I tell you what. I have an idea. It's got a few parts to it, though. It would be good to get off this planet. I don't know if you've noticed, but things aren't going too well here.
No, this planet's dying.
I need to get somewhere. And you get me there, you can have this suit of power armor.
Where's this? Do we need to get you?
This is where we get into a few of the complications. First of all, I'm not going to tell you where I'm going yet. Second of all, we get to your ship. I get to be the first one on. I get to look at the security codes. I get to figure out how I have a locked door with a code you don't have.
Let me discuss this with my crew.
Third of all, I get to put coordinates into the nav computer. Now, we get to the planet. I find out I can trust you. I get to the loading bay. You get a suit of power armor, and I walk away.
Right, please, I like you, but I don't want to believe you're a terrorist. It would be great if you weren't. But you have to understand, we still have every reason to think that you could credibly be a terrorist. And if that is indeed true, everything you're saying sounds like a really bad idea for us.
Right.
Well, I never said I wasn't.
Okay, well.
Okay, well, thank you for your honesty.
How far away is this destination? How many jumps away?
That's a good question. Let me look.
How long are you going to be locked in your room for that we can't open?
Doing in that power armor.
Out of character, can I start with an estimate? It's a
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, I'm curious, so I can't help but look at my full star map. I wonder if I have it. This is why I should have had my star map ready. Okay, well, I'll start with an estimate. Oh, I need the map in the back. That'll give me an idea. Because it's only going to be a sector. And it's not going to be more than that. She says 6 parsecs. That would take you to the other end of the sector. Like you're kind of on the far, let's say, bottom right. It would take you mid upper left. Or mid left, not upper left. But so
you know what?
Is 1 hex.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right. It's like you could do that in 3 jumps.
We could even make it worth our while. Pick up some cargo somewhere. Some speculative cargo. Make a little money off this.
It's also worth noting that in wild space like this, you don't have access necessarily to a what were those places called? The place where you file a flight plan. I can't think of them, but you used to go to a starport and you could go to the thing and follow your flight plan, and you could get basic data. Hey, AJ, but you may not have that here. You certainly don't have it at Karth. So for every place, or the information might just be useless. So if she's giving you jump data, that's also free jump data. I think your ship can file flight plans, and execute them, but
software for it.
But I don't think you have a ship's library. I could be wrong. I don't think you have one.
All right, we're gonna confer privately as a crew. Everyone, who really wants that power armor? Because I could pass on it, but
I hate this idea. I think that
I
think it would be really dumb of us to give her that much power over the ship.
Yeah,
I think
if
if we could argue and we get the power armor and we're just giving a ride and she has to trust us, she's not getting the codes, that's one thing. But what would we really do with the power armor? Would we sell it?
Do we
You
need
know,
that
like,
kind of firepower? No.
I mean, it's cool. It's really
It's
cool,
cool.
but like,
It is cool.
We could
like I
get
would love
some.
to have that, but I don't think
We
it would
could
serve
dig.
a purpose.
We could dig up
I
power armor somewhere else. I mean,
I
without
pray I'm
that
never in a
mechanic.
situation where I need power armor, you know?
Right. I'm not a marine.
Well, we could hire somebody to like use the power armor and then just replace them, like when something happens to them, like a mercenary kind of that just does all our heavy hitting for us. I mean, that I would be, I wouldn't be opposed to that idea. But besides that,
Yeah. I
I
don't.
don't.
This is weird. This is yeah. But I
Well, I
still
mean,
think we need to get the fuck off
Yeah,
this
let's hear
planet.
some other voices, Tim.
the bounty on her is 300,000 if we were able to bring her in alive. A suit of power armor, say between 150,000 and 200,000 credits, depending if we were to sell it. So we would be getting half the bounty. Plus we're off planet, which is a plus to me. But I agree with AJ that I don't like giving her that much control over traveling conditions. It's like,
Yeah. Exactly.
Wasn't me.
Andrew. Although I am curious, AJ, what do you think is going on right now? With what little you've heard.
I've gleaned little. I'll say that Niall is probably drooling at the prospect of having some power armor. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot of negatives to helping this person.
I just see it as so easy for her to just put in coordinates and take over the ship and put us right into the path of like some pirates or terrorists or whatever who could just steal our ship from us. Like that's our number one hazard we have to worry about when we're traveling in space is people trying to steal our ship from us, hijacking it either from outside or within. And we would just be giving her everything she needs in order to make that happen.
What if we could trick her? Like, we tell her we're gonna do that, we befriend her, we all try to like charm her super hard, and then get her to somehow get out of the power armor, and then just double cross her, and then we get the power armor, and then we also bring her in. Like,
I don't think so. I don't think she's gonna fall for it.
you don't think there's any way we could get her out of the armor?
No.
Well,
Like,
that was the basic
we try to
outline of the
smoke her
plan
out?
that we had last
I mean,
session
she's
that
been.
led up to this moment. I mean, we were trying to speed run that in the matter of hours. And hence that's why we have a campfire here and whatever food it is that we were eating was the idea was to win her over. But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If
She
I were
seems
her, I
kind
also
of.
would not get out of it.
Fuck no. I'm just doing that stuff.
Dr. Faid had given us some injectable anesthesia. We were gonna try, if we could get her out, we were gonna try and knock her out, but getting her out of the power armor is the problem.
Okay. Yeah, is there like quicksand on this planet? Could we make her think she's like stuck in quicksand and has to get out real quick?
Maybe we
I
should
don't
all
know.
just
Yeah.
start like peeing around the cave and just like, oh man, it feels so good to not be trapped in my urine.
So, two questions. The second one requires an answer to the first. First, can you go into like something like low birth in power armor? And two, is there any way we can convince her to get into like low birth?
Probably not. He wants our security codes to our ship. For Christ's sake, he wants to like access to our nav computer to jump to
That's a
some
no.
We
Yeah.
some
first
terrorist
have
base.
to negotiate her down to normal passenger status, not even like
Right.
because she just wants the damn boat.
I think
Yeah.
if she like she's going to have to accept that we will not give her the security codes. Like that's simply overextending herself.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I say? We could just give her a lift to somewhere closer for money. Like just a
True,
normal.
yeah.
If you want
I
off this
think you're
plane, we
right.
can dump you somewhere that's like one jump away, and you just pay us like any normal passenger. Like I still think it's not a terrible offer.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think just give her give her a ride to like the next system over. Let her find her own way back.
can trick some other idiots into giving them the chip right over to her with the codes and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make that offer to her. Look, we're not going to give you the codes to our ship, our security codes, or a nav computer. But what we will do is give us passage there, and we'll next system over. We'll drop you off. You can find your own way, or you can stay here. Either or.
Take a look at. I have part of this available here.
The next civilized system. We're not going to like drop you off on like, Karth Mark II.
She says, "Okay, it's understandable, but I've been thinking, while I've been able to hear everything you're all saying because I have literal super hearing because I'm in a super battle suit."
That's fair. That's fair. I
was looking at the rules before this, and you get like a +2 to surprise when you're in battle armor and all kinds of stuff. She's, I need to get off this world if I want to survive, and I want to survive, but I don't trust you. And I don't blame you for not trusting me. And I'll tell you, I'm guilty of some of the things I'm accused of. It's a fact.
That's fair.
So, and here I shall make a roll in private.
Oh. To be honest, I don't care what you did, as long as it doesn't affect us.
I don't have any money to pay you with. But, how about you do drop me off before my destination? I don't type anything in the computer. I just give you the destination. Comes with free nav data, information on destinations on the way there, some trade information.
That would be good.
And it's where I need to go from here is 1, 2, 3, 4 parsecs away.
That's fair.
I think you'll need to probably make 3 jumps at least. Do you have a jump 4, jump 3?
Out of character, I'm not sure.
A jump 2 drive.
Jump 2.
She goes, oh, God. Jump 2. It's probably maneuver 2 also. All right. Well.
Maneuver 1. Sorry.
Oh, no. Actually, I thought, is that true? I thought it was, oh, no.
I thought it was maneuver 2.
Oh, no.
No, I have all of our ship stuff here in front of me.
Okay.
Although you did give us a much improved computer. You give us Comp 3 to just be generous, Ross. So that was thank you.
Yeah, you can do targeting at the same time as maneuvering and fire a sandcaster and a pulse laser. So anyways, if you can take me in the nearest destination I would need to get to is the Shazar system. I can give you the nav data on the way there. And we get to Shazar, make some good trade. I could maybe give you some good contacts. It could be lucrative for a free trader. However, I do want a locked room, and I don't want anyone to have the code to it.
We can deal with that. That's fine.
Now, if we had someone that we really, really wanted to kill, I would love to be able to ask her to do that for us as an additional payment, since she has power armor and all, but I don't know that there's anyone that we really need dead right now.
No, we don't really have any. We haven't made too many
enemies. It just feels
like
a wasted opportunity, though, to not ask her to kill someone on our behalf. You know what I mean?
I know, true. But we haven't made any. Surprisingly, we haven't made any enemies, though.
One logistical hiccup is if the marshal is the one that gave us this bounty, how are we going to get her in power armor on the space elevator back to our ship?
We just put her in a cloak, like we just like robe up, you know, and then
Yeah.
All right.
Put her in a cargo. Put her in a cargo container.
We give her a costume like she's like one of the Valley Rangers. Like we'll go to them and say, hey, can we have like some extra digs? And they'll be like, yeah, no, this is a Valley Ranger. They want to see the universe.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's
Hopefully.
let's get the hell off this planet. What do you say?
Yeah,
I
let's. So,
Do you have anything else? Do
was
we have anything else we're
wondering,
gonna do here?
what became of the one the guy that had the crazy power armor from like the past that we also had a contract to make sure that he died, but it looked
this
like
this is
someone
that
else.
power armor. She's wearing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Excuse me for a moment.
Sure.
Yeah, we haven't made any too many enemies, so I think we're good. We're in good shape.
I mean, there are different people who have offered to reward us in exchange for other people dying. But thankfully, we haven't gotten into a lot of like binding contracts over that sort of thing many times.
Right. Right.
All right, so
Well,
Captain Radamant. What do we do now?
we're gonna try to get off this planet.
Okay.
We're gonna. Do you think we should stuff her in a cargo container, or is the space elevator even fixed yet?
You don't know.
We will head back to the city.
All right.
Head back to Larstown.
So you load back up in your truck.
Yep.
Do we
Do you have
want
a
to
tr- no, you
to accompany us, or do we want to tell her to stick around here for a while?
you don't
before
have
we
a
come
truck
back?
actually. You're using sand
Yeah.
beetles, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. I just.
We'll have her meet up with us when we ascertain the situation in Larstown.
So tell her to just wait here for a while, like she was originally planning to.
Yeah, we'll radio her. We've got radios.
She.
Exactly.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would imagine she's got a comm in her power armor that we could kind
Yeah.
of, send a message to.
Yeah. Yeah. You could do that. You hear her exhale in relief, and she's like, "No offense, but it'd be nice to empty out this this tray." So, all right. See you then.
All right.
All right. Let's see here. You are just about to leave, and and I'm not even going to switch scenes because you get loaded up, you start heading that way, you get over the first rise, and you see all sorts of like moving dots. You wonder, it's like, is it weather effect? Is it shrub? But in the distance, there's all sorts of dark dots moving on the road.
Okay.
Are they moving towards us?
They seem to be meandering toward the south.
Towards Larstown?
Yes.
Okay. Might be refugees.
How far away is it?
From where you are currently, they are probably and Tiburnus is kind of in a phase where there's a dim twilight on either end of dark night. So the horizon has this blue haze, and there's more celestial, I guess you would say lunar illumination. And there's more night illumination. And you can see on the road, it's probably 10 kilometers away from where you are. That's a guess for both your character and for me.
If we scout ahead looking with binoculars, does anything come into a little bit sharper focus as far as what these...
Does Gus, do you have binoculars?
I do have binoculars.
All right. You take a look. These are people. Some of them emaciated, wearing strange carapace-like armor, some in black suits, others in scrappy OD green type old kind of imperial-style military outfits, but tattered and ragged. All of them, and they all look as if they're lost or stumbling. Some of them have weapons. They're all facing with their backs towards you, all ambling toward the south. They're further away than you had reckoned.
We should calm Lars down and tell him these guys are coming.
All right. You have a radio, of course, so you get that. They're like, Larstown Command Post. Who is this?
This is Marc. This is Deputy Radaman of the Larstown's security forces. We have refugees coming on your position. They will be here within estimated time.
Yeah, you give them an estimated time.
Yeah.
We'll say that it's pretty accurate. And it's probably going to be.
Some of them are armed.
Yeah, they're further away than you thought. It's probably going to be in the next, let me think here, 3 to 4 hours. They're probably going to get there. Yeah. And they say, refugees, that doesn't make any sense. All right, your situation reports noted at this time. What's your current location and your status?
We are good. We have not found the... we have our objective was what should I say, out of character. We are coming back into Larstown.
Got you. Return to base this time, and we'll pass that on. Thanks a lot. Check in again in 15 minutes, or if there's any change to this refugee situation.
Gotcha, Larstown. Deputy Radaman out.
All right, and okay. What do you do next?
We head into Larstown.
All right.
See if there's any. We'll see if there's any change in refugees. If they're like, I don't know, firing off weapons or anything. Or
as you get closer, it becomes strange. Like they're getting closer. Eventually, they're about 2 hours out from the wall. To Larstown, and you were much closer to them. None of them turn around. They're all facing the same way, and they're all just slowly ambling, walking, or not even slowly. They're just ambling toward Larstown. But these are both. These are Dawn Seekers and Valley Rangers.
The Larstown Command. This is Deputy Jones of the Larstown Security Forces. We have what appear to be refugee Dawn Seekers and Valley Rangers.
You're not making any sense, Deputy.
The refugees that I have, I've identified them, or we have identified them as Dawn Seekers and Valley Rangers.
Are they converging from two directions? Have they made contact with each other yet?
Out of character.
They think that these must be two separate forces, but these are all intermingled.
They're two separate forces, but they're intermingled with each other.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Larstown is like, oh, this must be a force of Valley Rangers and a force of Dawn Seekers, because they know that they're enemies, and they must be converging force on force, or they must be, or something. Right. But that's not what's happening. These people are completely intermingled, and they're moving together.
No, these people are intermingled, Command. These people are intermingled.
Stand by.
We did see fighting earlier on.
And then eventually, old Marshal Clark himself gets on the radio and he's like, "All right, travelers, what the hell's going on out there?"
We I tell them the story. I tell them the fighting that we witnessed, and now there's like columns of like intermingled refugees of Dawn Seekers and Valley Rangers heading towards Lordstown.
That don't make any damn sense, right, Matt?
It doesn't, but that's what I'm saying.
All right. How many? And you can see them. There's probably 200-300.
200 to 300 individuals, all foot mobile, some armed.
At this point, you know, they're about an hour out. You're within visual distance, and the ground goes like that and shakes. And something lights up the sky.
Never getting off this planet.
We're never getting off. No.
You know, if Lordstown gets into another battle, I'd love to also miss out on it, like we did last time.
Same here.
If that elevator gets damaged again, I'm gonna lose my mind.
And so the ground shifts, and you see like a flaming, just like, well, you know that it's a starship, just a flaming thing coming in, nap of the earth, and it crashes about 5 kilometers to the southwest.
Ooh, oh, sorry.
And at this point, Bleeze comes on the radio, and she's like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?"
I tell her what's happening. Starship crash. You might want to come in now. You might want to start in now. Stuff's going down.
All right.
And if you could disguise yourself, that'd be great.
Okay. And anyways, what you were gonna say something or do something before that? Sorry.
Oh, I told Lordstown Command there was a starship crash.
Okay.
Starship came in maybe the Earth and crashed. I don't know if it was hit by something or what, mechanical failure or what.
Did the planetary orbital defenses fire off recently?
No. Yeah, you would have seen that because the orbital laser, you'll actually hear like you'll actually hear it or see it at least. It looks like a ship's beam laser. Like you'll see this bright blue beam and you know, and it just didn't happen. Yeah, you just this thing was flying and it got close enough to where the Doppler effect, you hear the noise of its engines and the whining of its damage, and then by the time the Doppler effect reaches you, it's crashing into the ground.
So we didn't hear a laser. That's interesting.
Right.
I don't know if it got... Huh. That's odd. So what do we think, guys? Think we should get off this planet as quick as possible?
Sooner we can get to the Lucky Yo, the better.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got this group of like hundreds of people on the road between you and Lordstown and where that space elevator is. You got a crash site off to your right front, about 5 kilometers away. You got some open terrain off to your left front to the southeast, but it's going to take you longer to get to Lordstown if you go around, as it were.
So, I think we should just push through the refugees. What do you think? We have mounts and we're armed.
They are too.
Well, to be clear, you're on a sand beetle.
Yeah.
You don't have a truck or a mount, like a mounted vehicle.
Like
or
mount, like a horse or
yeah.
You know.
And yeah, I agree. All right.
So we just push through the refugees, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. I mean, they're not like our enemies or anything.
No.
We asked them, like, hey, do you guys mind if we pass through here?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
We could talk to them.
I would say let's ask them, what happened, because we heard, what sounded like a pretty significant combat, and I don't think I want to say like, Dawn Guard and Valley Rangers are not normally friends, and but at the same time, it seems like whatever hit them shell-shocked them enough that they're not at each other's throats.
Right,
right.
yeah.
I rolled a 1. House wins, except they might be surprised. Roll a d6, please, Radamant.
Okay.
They are surprised. You're able to get up on them, and immediately you see something as you get closer. They still have their weapons, both kinds. The low-tech level weapons of the Rangers and the high-tech level weapons of the Dawn Guard. They are not living beings. These things, some of them are missing limbs, some of them are missing midsections. You can even see hollowed out parts where it looks like their insides aren't even there in some of them. You have moments before they turn around and notice you.
Yeah, let's run away. What do you think? Yeah.
All right, so you try to do an escape.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll meet up with. I calm Lordstown Command and tell them what's happening.
Well, let's escape first, and then let
Yeah. True.
Yeah, no big deal. There's been zombies,
There's just zombies. You'll be good.
Let's see. Roll 2d6 to attempt to escape. You got to get a 7 or above. You can add any skill or thing that is related.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
on top of that, you're at very long range, so you can add a +3.
Okay.
And
That
surprise.
was
Oh, go ahead.
let's see.
Everybody want to like drop a ration or something? I don't know if zombies eat
Right.
that, but
I think that's a 6
Electron.
total.
Yeah.
All right.
was.
So
Tactics 1.
Yeah, that'd work. That'd be a 7.
I don't know. Anyone have any other useful skills?
yeah, it
That'd
says
be a
allowed.
7.
Well, actually, no. I'm going to go by the rules. So here's how. This is what's going to happen then. They're going to get a chance to shoot you, and that's what happens. They have weapons, and they you do make it far enough away, and you're at very long range. Several of them turn around and they start shooting.
All right.
Did I lay down suppress the fire, or are we just too focused on retreating?
You're currently trying to escape. That is a nat 12. Someone gets hit.
Ooh.
Hit me with your best shot.
It could be me.
Wait, where's the person with power armor right now?
Right. Where's our friend?
All right. The person that gets hit is Chapman.
Oh.
no,
No.
Radamant, dive in the way. Be a hero.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine.
Wait, what? No, you don't have to.
Chapman, you take 13 points of damage.
Oh, are you dead?
Oh, I don't like that. Okay, that applies to my endurance first, right?
Yeah.
All right, my endurance is now 0 because it was at 12, so I take 1 leftover damage too. Is it dexterity next?
Yeah.
I think that means I am knocked out, right?
Yes. All right. Chapman is unconscious currently.
Who is he sharing a ride with?
You guys had that sorted out. Do you remember? You have Airlock and Bluey, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that you guys were going to be on Airlock because you weren't present, and we thought it'd be funny if you had to be on the
Yeah,
fart
so the
monster.
funny one. Yeah.
I think that's the one that Niall had been writing before. So
Yeah.
All right, so you flee back into the desert. This gunfire is heard in the night air, and once again, Bleeze comes on the radio, and you hear, and you hear, and it's like, what's going on now? What was that? What was that crash noise? What's the gunfire?
Zombies.
You're not making any sense.
No, look, they shot Chapman.
Meanwhile, there's a radio chatter, and they're like, "Radaman, what's going on out there?" Like from the other frequency.
I tell them what's going on. Whenever people have been hit.
And he's like, "Hit by who?"
The Dawn Seekers and the Valley Rangers. They've been mutated or zombified or something.
That doesn't. What are you talking about? And
we're in trouble. We are in trouble.
And then you see the flames and fires of destruction and the crisscrossing of fire in the direction of Larstown in the distance. And that's where we'll end the adventure for the night.